I was a girl in a book, this would all be so easy. Just give up the world happily.
Strange Blue Feelings, a series. Sal Fisher, xListener. Part 8, Sleeping Beside You. Later, guys. Wish I could stick around, but I've got to do some laundry and take care of my mom today. Good luck with drawing, though, Sally Face. 𝖲చ్చిِ Larry called out, entering the elevator as the two of you waved bye to him. The doors closing, leaving you and Sally Face to yourselves now. My place or yours? You asked him, shaking the water off your umbrella. I've never been inside his apartment. I'm really curious as to what it's like. He told me his dad's always busy with work, so I'm sure he won't mind me coming over. Thinking to himself briefly, Sal decided that the two of you should hang out at his place. Being that you've never seen his room or hung out with him in there. She's welcomed me into her room, so it's the best I can do the same. Plus, I bet she'd really like my movie posters. More stuff to bond over. And with that, he placed his hand upon the door of his apartment, opening it up for you to enter. We can hang out at my place, if that's okay with you. Nodding excitingly, you entered his apartment, looking around to see the same layout each apartment in the building had. Should I take my shoes off before I go any further? You asked, wanting to be polite. Oh, no, don't worry about it. We're not neat freaks or anything. Speaking of that, excuse any mugs lying around. My dad drinks a lot of coffee and never washes damn cups. He closed the door behind him and began to guide you towards his room, the same room as the one you had chosen in your apartment. Dad, I have a friend over to work on a project. We'll be in my room. He called out before opening his door to walk inside, tossing his backpack onto the ground as you followed him. Stepping nervously inside his room, this was a major moment for you after all. You were inside your crush's room. Unbeknownst to you, Sal was having the same exact thought process. Holy shit. YN is in my room. We're alone. Is it clean enough? I hope Gizmo didn't cough up any hairballs. After finishing his thought, a meow was heard from underneath his bed, a pair of feline eyes shining from within the darkness. Oh, that must be the famous Gizmo. What a cutie. Is he shy? You asked, walking over towards the bed and leaning forward in an attempt to get a better look at the cat, who simply retreated further under the bed. Sal chuckled at your excitement. That's him, all right. And he's definitely a shy kitty at first, but once he cozies up to you, he'll never leave you alone. Just ask Larry. You turned your gaze away from the plump cat and onto the walls of Sally Face's bedroom, admiring his posters. You've got a good taste, Sally Face. He was about to make a comment before you spotted the guitar in the corner of his room, immediately walking over towards it and kneeling down, admiring the beautiful instrument. Holy shit, you play? That's amazing. Blushing at the sight of your joyful smile, he nervously rubbed the back of his neck as he sat upon his bed, pulling his hoodie off carefully as to not disturb his mask. Yeah, I'm just learning for now, though. Larry's helping me out, too. He tossed his hoodie onto his dresser while picking up his backpack to take out project supplies. Still admiring the guitar, you could imagine how amazing Sally Face would be at playing, not to mention how attractive it would be. He's already a cutie, but a cutie with a guitar? Woof. Suddenly, you felt a fuzzy form rubbing itself against your ankle. Gizmo! Glancing over, Sally Face was surprised at how quickly his pet had cozied up to you. Oh, wow. That's unusual. He must sense how kind you are. I'd cozy up to you quick if I were him, too. he remarked without thinking as he took his shoes off, only afterward realizing that might have sounded odd. Sorry, was that weird? Laughing, you plopped yourself beside him while taking your shoes off as well, backpack following as you pulled out your sketchbook. Not at all, Sal. Your compliments are sweet. They're always just the perfect thing to say in the moment. I like that about you. So, want to get started on the project? I can't wait to see our finished products. Relieved to hear you say his compliments weren't weird, but instead cute, he nodded and adjusted his sketchbook in one hand. Pencil in the other. Do you mind if I draw you first? I think I can get it right this time. I mean, at least I hope so. You nodded comfortably, sitting on one corner of the bed while Sal sat across from you on the other corner. Oh, hold on. Let me take my hoodie off. I'm getting stuffy, and I don't want to take it off halfway through the drawing process. You tugged the hoodie over your head slowly, not wanting to make a mess of your hair, but during the process of taking it off, your hoodie stuck to your shirt, causing it to lift slightly, giving Sal a quick view of your bare midriff. Your shirt fixed itself once the hoodie was off. Okay, I'm ready. Seemingly calm on the outside as his pencil made contact with a sketchbook, you had no idea how badly Sal was freaking out inside his head after seeing a glance of the skin underneath your shirt. Causing his hand to tremble slightly and throat to become dry, he was a teenage boy after all, who had a massive crush on you. He couldn't really be blamed for being so flustered. He felt okay eventually, though still a bit nervous, being able to draw you with ease now that it was just the two of you within the walls of his room, and not inside a crowded classroom with Larry constantly cracking distracting jokes. The two of you chatted amongst yourselves while you still carefully maintained your pose for the portrait, talking about movies, music, and just sharing your feelings on whatever was going on in your lives with one another. I hope I look nice right now, since he basically has to stare at me in order to finish the project. I know it's for the project, but knowing his eyes are on me and only me makes me feel so happy. And Sal had the same mushy thoughts as you. In this moment, he was able to marvel at your beauty. He was getting the chance to gaze upon your charming eyes and your glowing skin and your perfectly plump, soft-looking, shiny from the lip balm lips that were formed into a small smile. I don't want to stop looking at her. I can't. She's an angel. I'm absolutely convinced she is. He looked down at his paper once he finished his drawing. About 35 minutes later, putting his pencil down and making eye contact with you, a bit nervous to show you the finished product. Okay, YN. I'm done. Keep in mind, I'm not an artist, but I tried my best to capture your likeness. You quickly crawled across the bed to sit beside Sal, your face beside his as you looked down at his sketchbook, absolutely amazed at his work of art. Sal, this is so cool. It looks just like me. You definitely have a certain art style going. And it's really unique. I love it. You exclaimed, turning your head to face him, just as he did. Your faces were mere inches away from one another. A huge smile formed underneath his mask as you expressed your gleeful approval over his drawing. He felt his heart was going to burst out of his chest, seeing you so proud of him. Thanks, YN. I'm so glad you like it. It was pretty hard, but I managed to do it. Phew. No more lopsided eyes, right? This made the two of you laugh as you returned to your spot across the bed. Okay, so I guess it's my turn, right? Let me fix my pigtails. Sal spoke before being interrupted by you handing over your sketchbook to him out of the blue. Open up the first page. Confused but curious, he did, and his eyes landed upon an impressive, realistic pencil sketch portrait of himself. From the chest up. What? Holy shit. Wyan, you already finished it ahead of time? How did you... You spoke up. Remember when we messed around with my Polaroid camera? Well, Larry took a candid picture of you that I absolutely loved, and I just knew I had to draw it, even before we got the portrait assignment. I hope that isn't weird or anything, you said, chuckling nervously as you tucked your hair behind your ears, waiting to hear Sal's response. He was speechless for a minute at the sheer talent of the portrait. Eyes wide as he stared down at it, you had perfectly captured his appearance, and it was clear you were attentive to detail. Hell, even the shading upon the facial features of his mask were spot on. Wyan, you're so amazing. I wish I was brave enough to tell you how great I think you are. Man, fuck it. He looked up at you with a piercing gaze from the eye holes of his mask, catching you off guard for a moment before he suddenly exclaimed, Wyan, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you're amazing. An amazing girl, an amazing friend, and an amazing artist. He instantly felt embarrassed at the sudden confidence-fueled outburst. Wanted you to know that. Because it's the truth. He handed your sketchbook back to you, gently placing it in your lap. The facial expression you were making could only be described as a mixture of surprise, bashfulness, and pure happiness. Your crush had just said all those things about you, and judging from his sincere tone, you knew he meant every last bit of it. Sal. Pausing, you placed your sketchbook gently back into your bag before returning your gaze towards him. I can't even begin to explain how lucky I am to have a friend like you. You're truly such a sweetheart. I hope you know I think you're just as amazing. Truly. Your body scooted closer towards him. The two of you simply sat beside each other for a while, enjoying each other's presence and soaking in the kind words that were exchanged before you yawned. Quite loudly, too. Are you tired, Wyan? Sal asked, looking towards your sleepy face as you nodded. Seems so. Sorry. I guess the rainy weather today just makes me kind of drowsy. Finishing that sentence, you let yourself fall back into Sal's bed, too tired to realize this might be a bit abrupt. Oh man, she's laying on my bed. What do I do? Shit. I mean, she's tired. And I am too. So I guess this isn't too weird, right? She wouldn't do that if she was uncomfortable. Maybe if I, Finishing his thought, Sally nervously followed your actions, laying beside you atop his bed, the two of you resting next to each other, shoulder to shoulder. Did we have homework for science today? You sleepily asked. I don't remember, to be honest. Sal replied, his voice clearly becoming tired as well. You know, Mr. Bundy smells weird. When he's helping us today, I got an accidental whiff of him. I can't put my finger on what he smells like, though. Again, Sal sleepily replied, Still crackers? Making you laugh softly. Yeah. The two of you were slowly becoming more and more tired as you laid in bed, continuing to talk about various random subjects for a good while, until Sal suddenly stopped talking. He must have fallen asleep, the now silent but cozy atmosphere quickly putting you to sleep as well. Sal stirred in his sleep, slightly not wanting to get up, the sleepiness having a strong grasp upon him. Again, Sal moved his head, slowly, eyes opening ever so slightly, as he saw Gizmo sitting beside his head, staring at him with his big old feline eyes. Gizmo, I'll feed you in a bit. Just let me sleep for now, okay? The cat stared at him for a bit longer before jumping off the bed, allowing Sally Face to return to his slumber. About to shut his eyes once again, he placed one hand next to his head, and the other gently wrapped around your waist. Wait, your waist? That's when it suddenly dawned on him, eyes jolting open, to look down at the person beside him. Wait. What's going on? Only then did he remember he was not alone in his bed. Seeing your sleeping figure tightly holding on to him, one leg over his lower body, head nuzzled comfortably into his chest, your hand gently gripping the fabric of his shirt, peacefully sleeping like never before. Sal, however, was anything but peaceful now that he had realized he was sleeping and cuddling with his crush, whose body was making more physical contact with him than ever. In his bed, heart beating rapidly, mouth becoming dry, and chest feeling tight, he debated on what he should do. Oh man. Holy fuck. YN. She's cuddling me. I can't. I don't know if I can handle this. I had my hand on her fucking waist while we were napping together, and I didn't even realize it? Wait, that's it. Maybe she doesn't realize what she's doing. I mean, we're both asleep. We were just trying to get as comfy as possible while we slept without realizing it. This is really comfy. Her body feels really nice against me. He felt his face and body instantly becoming hot with embarrassment. No. Do not think of anything inappropriate right now, Sally Face. Keep your teenage boy tendencies in check. He smacked the forehead of his prosthetic with a free hand. Your sleeping self tightened the grip you had upon Sal's shirt, unaware of how all over him you were in the moment. You were asleep, after all, and did have a tendency to cuddle whatever was in your vicinity. A chill ran down your spine while you slept. The cold air from outside might have been seeping indoors by now. And without a blanket to cover yourself, your sleeping body did what it could to stay warm. Slowly you lifted your head up from where it was nuzzled upon Sal's chest, now nuzzling it in between the spaces of his collarbone and his neck. Your warm breath now gently grazing his skin, causing him to shake like a leaf, never having been in a situation like this before. Her face, right against my neck. I can feel her breath on me. Her mouth. Oh my God, I have to stop this now. If she keeps doing this, I'm going to have a heart attack. Too occupied in debating over what he should do, he failed to notice that a strand of your hair had gotten caught within the buckles of his prosthetic, giving your scalp a hard tug when he attempted to adjust himself. Ow! What the... Eyes fluttering open, you took back the section of hair that had gotten caught in the buckle, lifting yourself up slightly with one hand on Sal's chest, the other on the bed. Your vision was blurred slightly after waking up, unaware of your surroundings and unable to remember the time before you had fallen asleep. That is until you looked down at your blue-haired friend, his hair now messy and loose, most likely caused from his hair ties slipping off during sleep, eyes wide, slightly looking up at you as he laid upon his bed, ears incredibly red, signaling that he was blushing madly underneath his mask. Why is he? That's when you saw the position you two were in. One of your legs upon his body, his hand upon your waist, your hand against his chest, laying upon his bed. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You quickly removed yourself away from him, scooting back across the bed, back now against the wall as you bashfully hid your face behind your hands, not wanting to face him after being in such a suggestive position, without even realizing. Jeez, I didn't mean to. I mean, I was asleep. We were just sleeping. Quickly sitting up as well, messy hair shielding his mask slightly. He approached you in an attempt to clear the awkward air. No, don't be embarrassed. Really, Wyan, it's okay. It's okay. It was just a spur-of-the-moment thing. He gestured nervously with his hand as he attempted to comfort you. Hands slowly removing themselves from your practically glowing red face. You looked up on your crush. Both of you were insanely flustered and unable to form a proper sentence. I'm sorry. That must have been so awkward for you, Sal. I didn't mean to be so touchy. I guess I got a bit too comfortable while I was sleeping. I can't believe I did that. Oh my gosh. You planted a palm against your forehead, frowning to yourself and letting out a sigh. I really need to stop overstepping boundaries with you, don't I? You asked, as you looked at Sal, whose ears were still red. He had yet to calm down completely from what had happened. You have nothing to be embarrassed about, Wyan. Really. All we did was fall asleep next to each other. It's not that weird. Right? Besides the fact that we were, very comfortable with one another. His laugh was slightly forced, but still aided in making you feel a little bit better. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's not like I hated it or anything. Surprised, he looked back at you as you expressed your feelings about what had transpired. You continued, I actually really enjoyed it. From what I can recall of my sleepy state, I haven't slept that well for a while. You're really comfortable to hold on to. Sorry. I'm just blabbering on now, aren't I? Again, there were those butterflies within his chest and stomach. She didn't hate it. She didn't hate it. She enjoyed it. She liked holding on to me. God, Wyan, you're making it incredibly hard for me to hide my actual feelings from you when you say cute stuff like that. The room was quiet for a bit before Gizmo began his insistent meowing, swatting at his empty food bowl, awaiting his dinner, which was late today because of a certain pair of oblivious teens canoodling one another for hours while they slept. Oh, sorry, buddy. Guess you must be pretty hungry. I didn't mean to sleep for so long and have you wait. As he usually did, Sal poured some cat food into Gizmo's bowl and proceeded to pet him while he chowed upon his meal. It was cute how much Sallyface cared about his cat. And as much as you wished you could stay and play with the both of them, you knew your mother would be home soon. The clock up on his dresser read 6:20 p.m. The two of you had been asleep for over 2 hours. Standing up off the bed, you slipped into your boots without bothering to tie them and grabbed your backpack. Well, I should get going, Sal. Thank you again for having me over. I had a really nice time. Really, I did. Your eyes looked down at the ground, remembering the warm feeling of being beside him in the bed. his large, strong hand upon the skin of your waist. Sorry again about the, touchiness. I'll let myself out. Hand reaching for the door handle of his bedroom, Sal hurriedly stood up and walked towards you, not wanting you to leave on your own. Wait, hold on, 𝖲𝗒𝖾. Without realizing what he was doing, he placed his hand against the door right beside your head, essentially having you backed up against the door with his body cornering you. Turning to face him, your eyes were wide at the sudden, unintentional brashness of his actions. His eyes staring back at you as he realized the position he had just put you in. But he didn't retreat. It was too late now. 𝖲𝗒𝖾, let me walk you out. It'd be rude of me to let you leave on your own. His blue gaze seemed to bore into your heart and soul, first looking upon your eyes before they shifted to look at your lips. Oh man, the tension was heavy. Is that okay, 𝖲tu𝖾? Mind clouded with puppy love at his bold action and slightly deep, raspy voice speaking over so sweetly to you, you stared back at him with your loving eyes, examining his prosthetic. Sal. Wondering if you'd be able to lift up his mask slightly to gaze upon his lips, like he was doing yours. When suddenly, knock, knock, knock. Both jumping at the sound of the door being knocked upon, the two of you quickly composed yourselves before Sal opened it, his father standing in the doorway. Oh, hey kids. I just going to ask Sal if he wanted something from the convenience store. His voice trailed off once he saw Sal's loose head of hair, your messy bedhead, and wrinkled clothing upon the both of you. Oh, hey, Mr. Fisher. It's so nice to meet you, but I was just about to leave. You quickly made your way past him, excusing yourself as you headed towards the front door, and quickly opened it, doing anything to avoid the reality of what was just about to happen between you and Sally Face just now. But bye, Sal. See you tomorrow. Thank you both for having me. Ah, shit. I didn't get the chance to walk her to her apartment. Oh, well, she seemed fine, I think. Besides running out like that, I'll be able to talk to her about what happened just now, tomorrow. Anyways, what were you saying, Dad? I didn't hear you the first time. Mr. Fisher took a long, slow sip from his mug. It was clear he was deep in thought and trying to think of what to say before he spoke, clearing his throat. Never mind, Sal. But, listen, I knew this sort of thing would happen eventually. You are a senior in high school after all, but I guess it still caught me off guard. Sal stared at his dad with a confused look, not understanding what he was referring to. Wait, what? His father cleared his throat once again. Okay, well, I'm sure I don't need to have the birds and the bees talk with you at this age, but tell me you're being safe. Right, son? Please tell me you're being safe. Okay, now Sal understood what his father was talking about, realizing he must have gotten the wrong idea when he saw both their messy heads of hair and scrunched up clothes. Oh, no, Dad, we did not do that. Me and 𝖲tu𝖾 have only been friends for a while. We wouldn't do that so soon. I mean, we wouldn't do that at all. She doesn't like me that way. Even though I like her that way. Ugh, Jesus, what I'm trying to say is that we napped together, Dad. Napped. Here, smell me. I don't smell sweaty. He lifted up his arms and approached his dad, who was now laughing at his son's embarrassed reaction to being accused of doing the deed. Okay. I believe you. Just remember protection. Don't be stupid, okay? I'm going to the convenience store now. Want something? Embarrassed and tired, Sal hopped onto the couch, taking his mask off for his sweaty, flustered face to finally be able to properly breathe. Coke would be nice. His dad nodded and walked towards the door. Okay, a Coke and some rubbers. Got it. He joked smugly, opening the door and quickly shutting it behind him as he laughed heartily down the hall. A booming, clearly embarrassed voice called out behind him, "Dad." Hey guys, this is an after message for the video. I just wanted to say I'm so sorry for not posting. School is just now getting back, and I have been sick. I still am sick and recovering as we speak. But I'm hoping to get on a more regular system of uploading. Please leave me some ideas as well, because I have no idea what to post. I do want to try and finish this series. There's a couple more parts left. I'm not going to tell you how many, but there are just a couple more parts. I can't wait to get all of this series out, but I really do need some more ideas for after the series. And again, I am so sorry for not posting.
Regardless of the pain, don't ever tell me to go away.